everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals, and we're working on the format idea journal. I went ahead and did the lettering on my journal, and I'm going to do the envelope that everybody does. And I am new to it. I mean, I've seen them, and one of my friends showed it to me a long time ago, and I just never have taken the time to do it. But I'm going to put it in here so I have it. So, cut yourself a square, whatever size you want. You've probably done this a million times, but some of you might not have, so let's put it in there. I'm going to fold it in half, crease it really well, and then you take this point. I'm going to lay it on this board so I can see like the measurements kind of what this is, so I can really find a good center point. And you're just going to bring that down to the middle of it and crease it, and then you fold it back up. But now you've got a line to go by, and so you just take this and fold it even with that fold, and you do that with this point, and then you fold this one down, and you can glue it, and then you have a little envelope. You can fold it that way and leave it open, however you want to do it. But I think I will glue that down. No, maybe not. That way I can always take it apart if I want to. Now here's the thing. The thing about this book is you can make this stuff up, and then you pull it out and you'll be like, now how did I do that? So you need to take the time to make a little note for yourself, or at least I do. So what I did, I just did this. So what I did, hopefully you can see this, I drew a square and I wrote fold square into triangle, made a little arrow. And then I said bring point down to center. And then I drew a picture of it where it folded, it's a triangle, drew a line where it says fold, and then I just drew an arrow up from this corner and an arrow up from this corner. So hopefully that's enough of an explanation that when I decide to make one, I can pull it out and create one. So I'm just going to stick that in there, and that's that. And also I wanted to tell you guys, I'm working on another kit to go with this. It's going to be add-on kit number 1, because I don't know how long this will go on or how many ideas I'll come up with, but the add-on kit, so let me just tell you this. I'm not trying to get rich off of this thing, obviously, because this kit's only $2, and you don't have to get the kit. You can just watch the videos and create your own little sample if you want to. Please feel free to do that. But I'm going to make a kit for some other ideas, because some people I know just want to be able to cut it out, put it together, and not have to figure out how to do that, how to make it, how to measure it, and so on and so forth. So I'm making a kit. I've got a few things in it already, but I'm going to do both. So some of these videos will show things like this where I'm not saying you need a kit, and then the other ones I will use a kit for. So again, you can create your own without a kit. So the other thing I was going to do today, because this is just kind of about getting ideas in here for later, I'm going to take my this is a 2-inch circle cutter, and this is something that I haven't done but I want to do, and so I'm going to make one as a sample, because it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to get the idea in there. So I'm going to make that circle, and I think I have a 1-inch somewhere. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to cut a 1-inch circle, and then I'm going to take my hole punch, which I have 2 hole punch. Well, actually, I have other ones, but these are the kind you get in office supply. This one's a small one, and I'm just going to punch a hole. Punch a hole in it, and punch a hole in the big one, and I think I'll put some Distress ink on it so it shows up so I can see better what's going on. But just kind of as a charm for the journal. So, you know, it can be different size circles, so on and so forth. But I'm going to use a big jump ring that I got at Walmart. And so now this gets into some of the jewelry making stuff. I've got I used to make jewelry, so I have all these different things. You get 2 pair of pliers. You can use any kind of pliers you have at home. But with jump rings, let me show you how to do them. Jump rings have a little split in them. And the tendency would be, if you don't know what you're doing, is to pull it apart. And if you do that, you'll ruin it. So what you want to do is grab it with 2 pair of pliers and twist it. Don't pull it apart. Twist it apart. Put your jewelry, put whatever you're doing on it. In this case, I'm going to put these 2 paper rings. And now that didn't leave me a whole lot of room to put it on a page. And that's kind of what my intention was to add it as a charm. So you've got to take that into consideration because it won't fit right if you don't put your holes where you want them. So I'm just going to put a hole up here at the top of this page, pretty close to the edge. And then I'm going to put this jump ring through it. So now, to close the jump ring, you grab it with the 2 pliers and you just twist it back together. And you want them to touch. You want to hear them even click. And you can go back and forth. When you do this, it strengthens it. Don't ask me how, but when you wiggle it back and forth, it kind of strengthens it. But you want it to come together and touch, and then they'll be stable. And so that is a little charm idea. Actually, it looks better the other side because the small one would be on top. Oh well. Anyway, as I go, hopefully I will learn to do a better job of that. And it gets the idea in here anyway, to do some circles. So the other thing you could do is join them with string, and you could also put 2 jump rings if you wanted to. So the one ring would be through the circle and then hang this down from it. And actually, I may just do that because if I see this idea, I might think, oh, I don't have room for that. But let me see what happens. If I punch another one. And I might even punch, actually, see, a lot of people have all kinds of punches. So if you have all different size circles, I mean, that would be awesome. You wouldn't have to have that big giant one. You might have just some smaller ones. And I think I'll punch, actually. 3 of those, and then do a hole. And you know, the other thing is you can put grommets in, which looks awesome. And makes them look more professional. I don't know if we're going for that look or not, but okay, so let me get the jump rings. And then, oh, here they are. Okay. So twist it apart again. Put these together. I won't distress ink these. I'll just leave them alone for now. Twist it back together. And then put another jump ring. And, well, what I'm going to do, hook that in there. Hook that in there. And then I think I'll put it on a different page. Just going to go in here a little further. And maybe I might regret this later, but I'll just put it randomly on the bottom of this one. And you have to keep it, again, still you have to keep it pretty close to the edge because it only goes as far as the jump ring will reach. So that's why string might be a good idea, or, you know, other attaching things. Okay, so I'm going to wiggle that back and forth. So in that case, it hangs down. It's a little freer, but it does hang down further. So you might want to do it at the top. But I just thought I'd do that. See, I might, like I said, I might regret that when that's hanging down there and gets torn off. But so there's a couple of ways to do that. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do for the next one is, if you have book pages, here's something you can do. And I don't remember who first had this on. Well, I've seen several iterations of it. I think I will fold this in half because it's a pretty big page. It's a dictionary page. And let me do 2 of them. And I'll chop off the rough edge, although it's kind of cool looking, but for what I'm trying to do here. So, okay. So let me cut and actually, you know what? Because it's the sample, I don't really like to make big samples. I like to make small ones. So I think I might just cut this down to, hopefully I can get this halfway straight. About that size. And then taking the corner and folding it down. And taking this corner and folding it down. Actually, I'm going to cheat and tear that one. Fold it down. My dogs hear something out there. Okay. And so you create a stacked pocket by overlapping these. So you start with the back one. I'm going to glue this down. Just tack it down. And same with this one. Might as well do them all. And then with the back one, And now this, I'm going to cut off because I don't really want it that tall. So I'm just going to take the scissors and chop it off. And so, whoops, wait till it's done drying. 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. Okay, and also you would want to use your ink around all the edges on that before you glued it together. So that is that. Now that one, kind of a big one. So I think I'll take these pockets I cut the other day. I'm just going to put one at the bottom, and I'll let this page be where some of the bigger things live, maybe. Because I am going to need a spot for that, I'm sure. And what I had you bind this up and create the signature, but I am foreseeing several signatures probably, I don't know. So if you run out of room with this, we've still got quite a few pages to fill up. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that in there to remind me to do that. And I think that's it for today. That's 3 things, and I'll come back with the next one, and it may or may not be used in the next kit. So thanks for watching. Click the like button if you like it, and think about subscribing. That would be awesome. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.